One of the most unique data sets that Privy has is our investor activity data. Now, this is super powerful because in the world where we're looking for opportunities to invest in, whether they're fix and flip, rentals, wholesale, creative deal structure, we really don't want to, number one, choose a market based off of what's convenient, like where we live or what's comfortable, what's close. We want to make sure we're choosing markets based off of what other investors are already having success with. Where are the ingredients present that are going to help us to put together a deal, like the demand for those deals, like the comparables that we need to establish an accurate as is and after repair value. So you need to really pay attention to where that investor activity is located. And we've built some really easy filters for you to find those areas over here on the left where it says investor activity. If I click the one that says fix and flip, that's going to show us where all the fix and flips that have happened in the last 12 months are located. Now, that's important again, because in a comparable driven business, you want to be making sure that you're looking for opportunities that are discounted, where the driver and the measuring stick, the main measuring stick for those deals is after repair value. You need to be looking for deals where that after repair value date is located, and that's driven by fix and flips. So you want to avoid areas that don't have blue, right? We call these clusters. And so you can see there's one property up here, which would be blue, but that's just not enough for me to go and spend my valuable resources there. So you're going to want to choose an area that has high investor activity like this. So that's how you can choose markets. That's how you can learn what other investors are having success with. What are they buying properties for? What are they selling them for? How much money are they making? And you can actually really dive down into the before and after data on those transactions and understand what percentage of ARV is for a particular market. And that's especially crucial because you don't want to be using some sort of like universal formula to go and find a deal. You don't want to do, probably heard of the 70% of ARV minus construction cost calculation. That doesn't work everywhere. If you were to apply that formula, say here in the Denver market, you might never win a bid because the investors in these areas are willing to pay a higher price and a higher percentage of ARV than they would in an area, say like Chicago or in the Midwest, where the prices are a lot lower. So this right here is a comparative market analysis for a deal that was just flipped. And if you come down here to this section that says before and after, you can either click this anchor or you can scroll down to that area and you can see the before and after data. Now, this one was acquired direct from seller. We know that because it says public records. If it had an MLS ID here and there were photos, then we would know that it was purchased from the MLS, but this was purchased directly from the seller. And then below that is the purchase price. So they bought it for 265, they sold it for 358. That was a gross margin of $93,000 and they bought it at 74% of the ARV. So we can understand that that is what an investor in this market is willing to pay, even direct to seller. Now, there are actually markets where this wouldn't fly at all, like I said, in the Midwest. But in higher price markets, you can go a little bit higher than that. So this is really important to understand what investors are doing. You can see the percentage of ARV, you can see the photos, so you can understand what kind of construction is adequate for this particular area. What kind of design are they using? Are they doing, really high-end materials? Are they spending money on high-end appliances like Viking or Sub-Zero freezers? And then you can see the timelines right here. So this was purchased on the date was 5/6/24, and then it sold 8/9/24. So really quick turnaround, only 45 days under construction, 50 days of marketing for a total of 95 days total hold time. So really, again, starting to understand what's happening on the ground here. And then if you are someone who is seeking out investors, maybe you're a lender, or maybe you're an agent, or maybe you're a wholesaler who's building a buyer's list, then you can come down here in the assessors section and you can see here that this was flipped by Superior Properties LLC. And so Superior Properties LLC is an investor who flipped properties. So there's many reasons why you might want to reach out to them. Now, again, understanding the numbers in a certain area is going to help you be more competitive when you're submitting offers. If you are using a universal formula, you may be submitting unrealistic offers that aren't going to be accepted, and that is just going to be bad for business. You do want to be competitive, so you can learn the market, you can learn what other investors are doing by studying Privy's investor activity.